it doesn't deteriorate fabric like the other brands of soap do. And so, and my goodness, they last a long time. So it not only is giving you savings on your clothes or your appliances and that, but and then renting free. So hopefully, my goal was to have more people here use the multi-purpose cleaner and the bath care products, the body care, so that we didn't have the clogged up drains around here that we have to pay maintenance for. You know, so, and then on the LOC, I do have a special. The first time you buy it, you get the 1 liter, and then you get a pump, and you save the pump so that the next time you get it, all you have to do is buy the bottle. And then you have the spray bottle, and I have them labeled already. And then you have the literature, and the literature is from the original. When Amway first came out with the product, they had a high suds and a low suds, but it still does some of the same things. Is you can wash it for use it for automobiles, dishes, floors, glasses, mirrors, windows, hand cleaner, and I love it for hand cleaning. This is what I've done. This is the multi-purpose LOC. It's in a dispenser bottle, and that's what I use to wash my hands. I keep this in the bathroom. This one is in the kitchen, the sink, and then ironing. Who irons anymore? If you put 5 drops of this in water, it's just like you have wrapped them up and let them sit for a while. Lingerie, but nylons if you have anything like that. I said, Freddie, you're not going to talk about yourself, but here I am talking about myself. I had these 3 babies when I got in the business, and we wore nylon hose. You wore pantyhose. You wore them a lot. You kneel down on the floor to change a diaper, you pop a run. Right. Then whenever I started using Amway on my hose, I didn't pop a run because it didn't dry out and make the fibers brittle. So, I've been there. Cleans machinery, paint brushes, patent leather shoes, plumbing fixtures, ranges, refrigerators, takes stains out of clothes. If I got a stain on this, I take my wet washcloth, and then I take a drop of LOC, and I rub the stain. I turn over the cloth and kind of rinse it, and it will clean the stain, and there will not be a ring. And it's really good for like collars, if you get makeup on your collars or something like that. So it's very, very good there. Now, why did I bring this dishcloth in? It's because the dish drops. Have you ever left a dish rag around and then smelled it later?
Oh, yes.
And it smelled. Okay, this will not smell because there is a built-in sanitizer that's not listed on the label. You don't have to list everything on the label. That's why they don't have to list 1,4-dioxin on the label. But if they put it on the label, this product would cost way, way more because they'd have to go through whatever it is for a sanitizer, But, so, would you like a sanitizer when you're washing dishes? That's why I like to have both the dish drops and the multi-purpose LOC, and these three are on my counter all the time. If you want to disinfect when you clean out the microwave or the refrigerator or something like that. But that's why I brought out this, because I wanted to, I think that's a very important thing. Now, over here with the laundry, this, let's use, okay, go ahead and rinse that spoon around. Oh. Now that was the Tide.
Is this the Tide?
No, that's the Amway.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll do the same with that. Now pour that in here. Now, let's show them what, see what's in there? That's 1 teaspoon. Can you imagine how that's stuck in your wash machine, in your drain pipes, in your clothes? And that's why clothes look faded. It's because they've got soap scum in it. When you start using the Amway, and after you've washed your clothes 4 or 5 times, I always say, if you've got 2 towels that are the same color, save 1 towel back, and then after you've washed the others, compare, and you will see how much brighter the towel is that you've been washing with the Amway. And so I had a friend that was making a suit, and she decided not to make the top because already her pants were faded. Then I did the program, and she started using the products, and her slacks got bright blue again, so she made the top, you know, to match it. That's back in the day when we did leisure suits, you know, you remember? And then this was the Amway one. And that's what I just want this world to have clean drains. That's why I'm a soap scum fighter. But I have all of this literature here on the different ways that you can use the multi-purpose. Now, one of the sheets is going to be a sheet that says it's not guaranteed by Amway. Well, you know, it's because it works, but again, they don't want to make the claim, and Amway may not even know this, but if you get a mosquito bite, you put some of the multi-purpose cleaner on it, and it will take the itch out. And I've used that a lot. Then also, you put it on, it's not a sunscreen, but you put it all over, and it is a repellent. And then if you burn yourself, it also takes the pain out of the burn, and you do not have a blister. I worked in a department store. It was like Dillard's. Dillard's is a store, right? Used to be McAlpin's, but now it's Dillard's. And I got fired from the skincare department. I was working in Clarence, and they said that I didn't sell. I didn't have my selling shoes on. And I was wondering how I was going to ask off because I had earned an all expense paid red carpet trip with this business, and everyone thinks I'm a salesman, and I'm no. But what they were doing is they were trying to push a fall special that you got your hair cut or styled or whatever, and you got a makeover facial for a certain price. So I thought, well, I'll go and get my hair done so that I can promote this. Then I found out there was no special on the price. It was the same price as what the hairdo was, and we gave the facials away free anytime. So I'm not going to promote something to somebody that's not really a special. So I got fired, and they put me into the men's fragrances, which I'd always been allergic to perfume. And that's why I could use the Amway products, because they're not heavily perfumed. And in fact, I just have to pass this out because, you know, by the time you're 87 years old, you've had a few experiences. So I've been in the swimming pool with this guy, and he was retired from Procter & Gamble. And he was bragging about, you know who buys more perfume than any other company in the world? Procter & Gamble. I thought, boy, does that impress me. So anyhow, so in order, they had shoplifters back in the day, and in order to slow them down, we would have to shrink wrap our displays. You know, you'd have your men's products there in a basket, and you put the shrink. Well, to do that, you have this iron, like, you know, and these irons back in behind the scenes in the department stores, everything is junky. You know, and the iron wouldn't work. So I laid it down and I picked up another iron. Well, in the meantime, it decided to work, and I put my hand on it, and I got a great big, you know, like branded with that iron. And so then I went upstairs to Human Resources, and they put their ice on it, and they put their cream on it, and they wanted to take me to the hospital because, you know, they were worried about their, workman's comp or